Okay, so now as an idiotic, stupid dog, I tend to try to stay neutral. The man, he definitely skews more conservative. He used to be what they call a Republican. He waffles between being a Republican, a neocon, and a slight fascist. But hey, whatever. Everybody's got their own thing, so. But this Donald Trump, this is what I'm going to say about this guy. This guy is one of them weirdos in the black hat. This is the bad guy. I could prove it to you. You watch the old Westerns. In the old days, the grasping guy, the bad guy, the guy who controlled the town, like they would call him Mr. Morgan. You hardly ever seen him, but when he showed up, he had like 15 goons, armed goons, ready to shoot it out in the street. He owned the town. He owned the sheriff. He owned the mayor. It was his town. He bought up all the property around there. He controlled it. He was evil, and there was only one good guy in the movie come in to stand up to him and his big mob of evildoers. This is the kind of guy that Donald was born to be. Donald missed his calling by 80, 90, 120 years, 150 years. Donald would have been, 89. I guess nowadays it's like, my dog remembers, it seems closer, but it's like 140 years ago, 160 years ago, Donald Trump would have been right there in Wyoming, just building a great big giant estate, a giant thing like the Bonanza Man. He'd be out there like that guy, the big white-haired guy, Leif Garrett, with Hoss and Little Joe building a big old Bonanza. But the reason I know Donald's a bad guy is because, listen, this is the truth. I read it. Donald Trump hasn't landscaped his ex, Ivana Trump's grave at his Bentminster golf course, and it's now overrun by untidy mess and weeds. Donald didn't even tell the groundskeeper to go out there and pick up the crap around the grave and the weed eat around the grave. Donald was too cheap. The superintendent came up to Donald and said, Donald, hey, we dug out a little grave area for you. You want us to maintain that? Donald's like, I ain't paying for that. Get the campaign to pay for that. I ain't paying for that shit. We got to make sure the bunkers are raked and the garbage is dumped out of the cans, and we get the cups changed. Move the T markers. We'll figure out about the grave. I'll get the campaign to pay for the grave. Just let it go for now. Never even came back to the issue. The superintendent said, hey, Donald, get like 15 cents worth of, gas and oil and a weed eater and maybe $1 for the guy to run over there real quick and weed eat her grave. Then Donald's like, hey, I'm not paying for that shit. I'll get the campaign to pay for it. That's how I know Donald's the guy in the black hat. This might be bullshit, but it just smells like the pickle. It smells like the thing that whatever, the seal the deal kind of moment where you say, I knew Donald was the guy in the black hat. Now I know it for sure.